Hello, dear friends. What a blessing to be here with you today. Here we are with another study of the book Courage by various spirits through the mediumship of Francisco Cândido Xavier. Here we are with chapter 4 that is by the spirit Emmanuel. He titled this chapter Your Difficulties. Who does not have difficulties, huh? So let's say what Emmanuel is going to tell us today. He says, imagine how difficult it would be to put up with a school, excuse me, where students would only cry at lesson time. We ask you to consider this image because Earth is a multi-millenary school and it is imperative to accept the difficulties as lessons, accepting their usefulness and their objectivity. In the presence of obstacles, nobody needs to concentrate on the negative aspect they present. Let's stop for now. It's a little longer chapter, so I'm going to go discuss as we go. It's very interesting imagery. It says, imagine if you we're trying to teach something to someone, a school, let's say a teacher with many students, and then all they do during lesson time is cry. There's no way you can teach them anything. Education in terms of giving them instruction, which is a majority of our schools instruct students into different subjects. Education starts in the home. Conversation for another time. But we have these ability, if the teacher wants to teach something, part a certain aspect, they cry and cry. He says, Earth is a multimillenary school. So it's maybe that this is not our first rodeo on the Earth, and maybe not our last in terms of reincarnating on the Earth and coming back to the Earth for reincarnation. It's imperative to accept the difficulties as lessons. So how are we in terms of accepting the difficulties in our lives as lessons? A difficult coworker, a difficult boss, a difficult relative, whatever it may be, a difficult situation in the Spiritist Center. And here we have Emmanuel telling us the difficulties are lessons. So when you are in a lesson, when you go to school, you learn something, you're instructed, you gain knowledge, and then you can take that knowledge and apply in your daily lives. Accepting their difficulty, their usefulness of the difficulties and their objectivity. So the difficulties instruct us and they're useful because each and every time we come back and reincarnate and leave the true home, the spirit world, there's a reason for it, a lesson we have to learn, something we have to do, and return better. In the presence of obstacles, nobody needs to concentrate on the negative aspect they present. So are we only seeing the glass half full? Whatever the difficulties are in our lives, let's focus on not only how they hinder us, but how they can be a touchstone for us to move forward faster. Now he's going to give us some example. A example. A shipwrecked person who is desperate for stability, moving by the will of the waves, look at the mud at the bottom of the sea, but will reflect upon the best way to reach firm land. So they're looking at where they are, shipwrecked, but they're looking, I want to get there. So today you are in here, whatever you're doing, watching this on Thursday morning. And then you're looking, I want to be there. You look at Jesus and be like, one day I'll be there. You look at the person who's next to you, the good they're doing. Even if they're hindrance to you, we're saying the difficulty is a lesson. What do I have to learn? Especially if the circumstances are similar. So you are in a certain neighborhood, or you always change jobs and your boss is the same. not the same person, but the same the same kinds of coworkers, the same difficulties in relationships. That is God telling you you have to learn something. This person like, okay, let's put this person here this time. They may learn, and we don't learn, and we move on. We forget, we go with ourselves, and then we constantly seeing the difficulties with the negative aspect. Thanks to the forgetfulness of the past, we are blessed not knowing who those people are that reincarnated around us. We have an inkling there is something we need to do together. There's a relationship there. Nothing is at random. And then we forget, and then we don't have the whole picture, and then we complain that we have that person in our lives. But those are lessons. He says, every minute of complaint is a wasted moment, ruining precious potentialities for the solution of problems, about which we have been making laments. I'm going to repeat. Every minute of complaint is a wasted moment, ruining precious potentialities. So every time we stop to complain, to reminisce on something, to just see that how is this stopping me, how is this not helping me, he says, you're ruining precious potentialities for the solution of the problem. Sometimes it's about working together. Sometimes the desert is yours to go through alone. The decision is yours, even though you may have the safety net. So where is God taking us? Where is our reincarnatory plane taking us? What choices have we made in this life, in the previous life, so that today I can make better choices, so my future life is better? When I return to the spiritual realm, I will be with a lot of checklists on my reincarnatory plan. She says, every test, no matter which one, appears on your pathway in order to increase our strength and improve our experience. So whatever we're going through, it appeared for us to increase our strength and improve our experience. Quote, to summarize, almost all difficulty means suffering, and all suffering, mainly those which we do not cause, produce renovation and help for ourselves. Remembering at the end of the darkness, there will be a new dawn. We should face the obstacles of life without fear. Each one of them is a bearer of a specific message. One is a challenge requiring patience. Another one drives you to the sublime capacity of loving in crucible moments of probation. Above all, we should learn to decipher the enigma of existence with the school of eternal goodness. Serve and comprehend. Serve and endure. Serve and edify. Serve and benefit. Your difficulties are your blessings. On them and by them, you will find the necessary encouragement for you not to fall over your pride and neither entrap yourself in the snare of apathy. Continue step by step, little by little, on your journey of improvement and ascension. Unquote. Emmanuel. Your difficulties are your blessings. What a different way to see the world, our life, our lifetime. So perhaps I look at myself, I make a list of everything that I'm going through, the self-reflection, question 919 of this book, self-knowledge. What are my tendencies? What are the things I will need to improve? What are the qualities I already have? What are the noble qualities I want? Where is God putting me? Who is around me that I can help? Who is not around me that I can help? And slowly by slowly, we'll continue our journey into improvement and ascension, because we came here to get better. Nobody here came here to just suffer for the sake of. But the suffering is a blessing. The difficulties, he says here, Almost all difficulty means suffering, and all suffering produce renovation and help for ourselves. Remembering that at the end of darkness there will be a new dawn. So tomorrow the sun will rise after the night falls, and we'll be together with others in this world and beyond. Every time we get together to create goodness, to be better, to try to improve, then God will send his messengers to help us. Your guardian angels is there for you 24/7. The guardian angels of those who are having difficulties with are there for them. So this interchange and evolution and improvement in both worlds is at hand. It's within reach. So today we see our difficulties as opportunities for improvement, to learn patience, compassion, to redress mistakes, to learn more. So when we return to our home, our true home, we can say we did the best we can. Dear friends, it's always an honor to be with you here. Please make sure if you like this, do the regular things to make this content go, not just this one, but all of Kardec Radio, your spirit centers on content, so they can go spread, can be suggested to other people who may be in difficulties. God willing, I'll be back with you next week. Until then, may you stay well, may you stay safe, take care of someone else and yourself, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.